Hey guys! I am so excited to chat with you today because it's actually something that I've been dealing with for about the last week and a half. And so this is why I haven't really recorded anything and why I'm just now coming back to you. So obviously what I'm going to talk about from the title of this video is the parasites that I got and how I am working through this and getting rid of them. So when I was in Bali, of course, I was very careful and I was really only eating things that I knew were very clean. I was vegan, just eating plants, and I'd been vegan for about 5 months at that time. I mean, it's only been a week since, like a couple weeks since then, but anyways, towards the very end of our trip, my boyfriend and I were going out to eat and he got some fish a couple of different nights and I was like, you know what? I don't know how it makes my body feel, and I went vegan just to see how it would make my body feel. And so I was like, I've been feeling pretty great, but I don't know, the difference. Like, I don't know what my body would do now if I had meat. So I had some fish. We actually both had the same fish that night. It was just cooked in a different way. So his was just a fillet. Mine was in a burger style. So after I had that, it was amazing. I felt fine. I felt great. And later, I think it was the next day or maybe the next night, I just kind of started to feel really nauseous and just like kind of upset stomach like. And I was like, that's kind of weird. And then I also noticed I had a little rash like thing on my stomach. And of course I made the joke just being like, oh, what if it's parasites? Ha ha ha. Anyways, so fast forward to, that was I think 2 nights before we left Bali. So 2 nights later, I was still like not really able to eat very much just because of how nauseous I felt all the time. I've still in the last week and a half, I've never puked or anything. Of course, I did have diarrhea. I had an upset stomach. That was really a great time. I loved it. But because of how I started feeling, I was like, okay, for one, I honestly just don't really ever get sick. I don't know if it's just my diet, if it's my genes, it's a combination of things, but I literally just don't really get sick. Like, my boyfriend got the stomach flu and his entire family had stomach flu. We were staying with them for a weekend and everyone had the stomach flu except for me and him. And then when we left, he got it and I still didn't get it. And I got like a little bit nauseous one day and that was it. And so that was my version of the stomach flu. And that was the first time I've even gotten close to getting sick in like 3 or 4 years. So when I noticed that I was feeling really nauseous like day after day after day, I was like, okay, something's definitely wrong. And I mean, I'm still traveling, and so I'm like, well, I'm not going to go to the doctor just to try to figure out why I'm nauseous, because I mean, I know I'm not pregnant, but I just didn't really want to get into that. And so I've just been doing a ton of research and figuring out like, what happens, what are the symptoms, what are the causes, and I pretty much just put it all together and I was like, I definitely have parasites, so I'm just gonna treat myself that way. I am comfortable with it. I'm not recommending this stuff as like, this is what's going to work for you 100%, and I guarantee it. I'm not saying that at all. Like, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a certified like herbalist or anything like that. I'm a like holistic health coach and I'm comfortable with testing things out on my own body. So that is all that I've been doing for the last week. So when I really started paying attention to that and learning more about it, I cut out sugars. So unfortunately that even meant like fruit and different natural sugars. So I don't really eat much processed sugar anyways. If I do, it's just kind of like snuck into things here and there. But I was like, okay, no more processed sugar at all. And then the other thing that I thought was really interesting that I hadn't thought of before was actually grains. And so I stopped having grains as well. So it's been a lot of pumpkin seeds, coconut oil, olive oil, cinnamon, cayenne pepper, a ton of ginger and garlic. Yeah, and those two, ginger and garlic, are something I have a ton of all the time anyways. Like, I probably have around at least 1 clove of garlic every single day. And I think that honestly is a big reason why I don't really ever get sick, is because I'm just always smashing my body with a ton of garlic. But yeah, so those have been like really big staples in my diet lately. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Yeah, those were the big things. And then also for about the last week and a half, I have had some colloidal silver, so I figured I would just kind of show you guys what this looks like. It's probably backwards, but that's fun. And so you probably can't really see it. It's almost empty. It's like down here now. So I've been having, honestly, just kind of like a swig of it at least once every single day. The last few days, so I had like a swig of it once a day for about a week. And then the last 3 or 4 days, I've been getting kind of like, okay, let's get these things out because this is getting ridiculous. And the other reason why I'm like, it's definitely parasites is because I feel completely fine outside of having like nausea and once in a while, pretty much every time I eat, an upset stomach, and then either diarrhea or constipation. And I'm like, okay. And then my rash, which is definitely, yeah. Anyways, just so we're putting that out there. Yeah, so once I got really sick of it, I started having this multiple times a day. And you feel free to please do your own research on colloidal silver. After I did my research on it and discovered just how many different things that it has been proven to be beneficial for and has been proven to be helpful for, I wanted to try it and see if it would work for me, and it's definitely helped. I've definitely felt better over the last week, but I can tell that stuff is still there. So yesterday, I decided to ramp it up a lot, and I got some of this goodness. So Diatomaceous Earth, I believe is how you say it. I don't know why, but like big strange words every time, no matter how many times I hear them and see them, it's just like, let me make sure I'm saying this right. So if I'm saying it wrong, whatever, let's just get over it. But this stuff is freaking like amazing. I had my first bit of it last night, and then I had a bit this morning, and I'm gonna do another one tonight. And so basically what this is, it's just it's a white, super duper chalky powder. It doesn't really, to me, have a flavor. It just is, the texture of it is very, 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 very chalk or clay-like, and that's basically what it is. So it's organic, food-grade fossil shell flour. It is about 95% organic silica and trace minerals. And so from the research that I did, basically what I discovered is that what diatomaceous, I'm just going to keep saying it so that I learn how to say it, diatomaceous. Basically what Diatomaceous Earth does is it completely tears apart parasites, which I want, like, I did a little evil laugh when I learned about this because I was like, haha, that's what I want. So basically it's completely harmless to our human immune system and digestive tract, but what it actually does is for parasites, when it's around them, it kind of suffocates them. Like it's very, very dehydrating for them, so it takes out their water, their liquid, their H2O, so it takes that out. If they ingest it, so I've been taking it on an empty belly so that, you know, obviously there's stuff going in there and hopefully my parasites are being like, yay, food, and then they eat it. What happens when they eat it is it actually acts kind of like glass. So it basically cuts them apart from the inside, which sounds really harsh, but that's completely what I want right now. Is I just want these things done, dead, out, whatever I can do. I just want to feel better. And so, yeah, it says to have about 1 to 2 tablespoons per day, so I'm doing 1 in the morning and 1 at night. And yeah, even after just having 2 servings of it, I'm feeling like so much better already. Like for the last week, I've been functioning daily probably around like 60%, which is very, very low for me. Like I like being at 100% all the time, and that's just been from the colloidal silver helping me out. And then for the last day, just having the Diatomaceous Earth, I feel like I'm back to like maybe 80 or 90%. Like there's only certain times throughout the day that I'm feeling really, really run down. So it's been really cool. The other thing that I'm working in that will hopefully be here in a couple of days is actually the body cleanse from Arbonne, and that stuff is freaking phenomenal. I just couldn't order it until I actually had like a physical address that I knew I was going to be at for more than like a few days. So once I figured that out, I was like, okay, we're ordering this, I'm getting it here. So as soon as that gets here, which is hopefully in the next couple of days, yeah, that will just completely cleanse this out of me like 1,000,000%, and I cannot wait for that to happen. So yeah, if you guys have ever dealt with parasites, I would love to know more about what you did to overcome it naturally down in the comments, so please let me know. And I'll definitely make an updated video once I actually completely overcome this and let you guys know what worked for me. So thank you so much for checking out this video. I hope that it helped you. If it did, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel because it really, really helps. And I want to make sure that I can at least get some helpful information out there to you guys in the world. So please let me know how I can help. If you have any other questions about anything, I am totally happy to answer. And have a wonderful rest of your day.